morning, podcast listeners. This is Ed Franklin with the Ed Franklin No Limits podcast. You can always get a hold of me at edfranklin.nolimits@gmail.com or go to my website at edfranklinnnolimits, no dots, no spaces, .com. That's edfranklinnnolimits.com. Or you can reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. I'm just about everywhere. And also, if you go to YouTube and watch this, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. You're not going to get spammed or anything. So do that for me. I'd appreciate it. Well, this is the day after my birthday. My birthday was Monday, June 29th. And I'm 64 years old. And like most of us at 64, we never thought we were going to make it. But I want to start off by thanking everybody that sent me a birthday wish, a happy birthday or whatever on Facebook and LinkedIn and everywhere else. There was hundreds of them, and I really appreciate that. You have no idea how good that makes me feel that people took 2 seconds only and wished me a happy birthday. I really appreciate it. 64 years is a long time, and I know that most 64-year-olds these days are much different than the 64-year-olds in the 70s when I was growing up in the 60s. And that's evident by when I go to the gym and I see a bunch of other guys my age or older in there working out and staying fit and doing all those right things. I have so many stories in my life. I've never sat on the bench in life. I've always participated, tried to move up at work, volunteered for things, helped people out, got to know people, networked, did all those things. So I have this plethora of stories, some really awesome, funny stories, some tragic stories like everybody else has. And life has just been really awesome. And this podcast is going to be real short. I just wanted to, like I said, thank everybody for all the birthday wishes. It really made me feel good. I'm working with some kids, the oldest one being 24 and about 10 more kids down to about 19 years old. And super, super intelligent kids, super smart. They're home for college. They're dreamers. They're really intelligent kids, and I really love working with them. But I got to tell you, they must be sick of my stories because it seems like every topic that comes up, I have a story about it. But when you live life, if you've been met a lot of people and been involved, and I have a big family and all those things, you just tend to have a lot of stories. And I have a good memory, so I remember back to when I was a kid. And I think when I tell some of these stories to these kids, they don't believe it. They think I'm making them up, and I'm not making them up. They're just pretty crazy. You know, I every day I get up, I'm still grinding. I'm still starting a business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm trying to improve myself, get smarter, read books, listen to videos, whatever I can do to put knowledge in my brain. In the 80s, I had Tony Robbins, tapes that were personal power or something like that. And he had this one thing he would talk about. He called it CANI, CANI, and it was constant and never ending improvement. And I've always lived by that and tried to, like I said, move up in companies and learn more about companies and get informed and ask questions and listen as much as I could to find out what's going on. And I think it's super important to do that. And I was encouraging these kids, telling them how valuable they are and intrinsic value to humanity and how they just need to keep trying and dream really big. The bigger the dream, the better, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it says in this list I'm looking at that I'm breaking down 6 decades of grinding, failing, rebuilding, leading, parenting 8 kids, loving almost 21 grandchildren. In October, we'll have our 21st grandchild, and just refusing to let life put me in a box. It's just not going to happen. I'm still engaged in life. I still talk to people on a regular basis, and I'm still learning. I've said this a million times on my podcast. You can learn something from anybody you meet. They all know something you don't know, and you should ask questions and find out what they don't know so you learn something else. I'm still fighting, still dreaming, and still committed to living with purpose. And I think you should be doing that too. If you've had a little and lost a little and you learned a lot, this one's for you. This podcast is for you. And like I said, it's not going to be very long. I have another podcast out right now with a man named Kirby Rabelais, and it's a fantastic, inspirational story that dropped yesterday, and so make sure you're listening to that. But like I said, I can't thank you enough for what you guys have done for me in the last. Yesterday was just fabulous. I'm still getting birthday wishes today. I'm doing everything I can to respond to everyone, but there's so many, I just can't get to everybody. So if you listen to this and you wished me happy birthday, I didn't get back to you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. So again, this is the Ed Franklin No Limits podcast. Keep listening. Great guests coming up. Great topics coming up, and we'll just keep doing this as long as we can do it. And like I said, 64 years and counting. I'm still grinding. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still doing all those things to try to stay as healthy as I can, so I can be around as long as I can for my family and my grandkids. So have a blessed week. Have a great summer. We're supposed to have an El Nino this summer, which I'm not sure what that means, but I don't think the weather's going to be great. But anyway, contact me at edfranklin.nolimits@gmail.com if you have a guest or you'd like to be a guest. Um, I'd love to talk about just about anything, so let me know. And listen, again, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we will talk to all of you very soon.